Part 4. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 31. Chapter 31. Are you still shameless? Fang Xiaowai is anxious. She knew that Yehua was an unknown person. Even if you want to hit or scold him, at least stabilize him first. It's not that Zhang Xiaoxiao should go to the countryside instead of Fang Piashong, do this to others. Who is willing to help you go to the countryside? It's not like I'm out of my mind. Fang Xiaowai really believed that Yehua would do this. That Yehua was like this to her. He had been so indifferent to her since he was a child, and he always clung to his elder brother for everything. But at that time, she just thought she was partial. But now that I know that she is not his biological child, I feel that Yehua must have known about it a long time ago. She has no way to investigate what is there, and what she can do if she pursues it. It is empty talk, and if people don't admit it, she can't do anything. Besides, she is also one of the beneficiaries. There is no need to settle old scores. But at least use your brain. This is your biological daughter. It still needs to be used. The brain is a good thing, it will get rusty if you don't use it. Fang Xiaowai is so depressed. But she has to clean up this mess. Mom, I didn't mean it on purpose, it should be out of deep love and deep responsibility. After all, you are my mother's biological daughter. Fang Xiaowai herself felt that this reason was too unconvincing. The problem is that you have to tell lies even with your eyes open. Zhang honestly took a look at his daughter. That's not true. The mother of the Fang family said she wanted me to go to the countryside, if it wasn't for my eldest brother. Who would have the patience to ask me, a girl, back? It's not as good as you, Fang Xiaowai, who can bring benefits to the Fang family. I heard that you are about to get married to the son of the Song family. I think you are more like the biological daughter of the Fang family than me, right? Zhang Xiaoxiao was so angry that he laughed instead. This time, Zhang Lishi's face really changed color. Pitch black. The corners of his mouth were twitching. Fang Xiaowai was confused all of a sudden. These words were definitely said by Yehua, otherwise how could Zhang Xiaoxiao have known these things since he had just gone back for less than a few hours? This is something Zhang Xiaoxiao can know? Is Yehua crazy? This is not looking for death. Xiaohui. Is this really the case? You are going to marry into the Song family, and your eldest brother is going to the countryside, so if Xiao Xiao goes back, he will be replaced by Fang Piashong. It goes without saying that Zhang Lishi is not stupid. Anyone with a brain inside and outside here can understand it. The Fang family did not really want to take Zhang Xiaoxiao back, but wanted to take advantage of Zhang Xiaoxiao. Even their adopted daughter Fang Xiaowai and the others can protect her from going to the countryside, and their son is even less willing to do so. The reason why they are taking Xiao Xiao back home is to pave the way for these people. Fang Xiaowai bit her lip. Could she say no against her will? You'll have to know sooner or later. Not speaking means acquiescing. Zhang Lishi's eyes turned red. This is using his daughter as cannon fodder. It's really not a thing. Xiao Xiao, we are not going back. From now on, you are the daughter of my Zhang family, and we are not going back. That Fang family is not a good person. Zhang Lao was so angry that he almost flipped the table. Zhang Xiaoxiao nodded cheerfully, Dad. I knew you and Mom were the best to me. You see, they have ulterior motives. I will never go back again. In this way, her parents will definitely stand in front of her to protect her. Fang Xiaowai is anxious, Zhang Xiaoxiao won't go back. What should I do? When the time comes, Yehua is anxious, but he doesn't care about the Song family or not. Xiao Xiao, those are your parents actually, your parents have their own reasons. Explanation in a low voice. Zhang Lishi slapped the table, what difficulties? Difficulties are not something humans do. Okay, stop talking and go back to bed. Xiao Xiao is tired too. Let's talk about anything tomorrow. He knew that his daughter would definitely miss the Fang family. After all, she was raised by the Fang family. But what makes him sad is that the Fang family can think about Fang Ziyi, but why not Zhang Xiao Xiao? This is a child. Or their biological children. Fang Ziyi could only go back to the house. He lay down holding his breath. Zhang Lei came up. Xiao Xiao. Is it true? If your parents in the Fang family treat you so badly, then don't go back in the future. The third brother will treat you well. The three brothers will protect you from now on. Zhang Xiao Xiao nodded. Fan Jiuying brought out a bowl of noodles, and the eggs Zhang Lei had just borrowed were already lying on the table. White and fat eggs. There are also a few green vegetables. Sauté the chopped green onion and add oil, then pour it on top. Easy meals. Zhang Xiao Xiao was hungry and ate a big bowl. Fan Jiuying heard what Zhang Lishi said to Zhang Xiao Xiao. I am also very angry. This is to take their daughter back in order to support others. Zhang Xiao Xiao slept on Fan Jiuying's bed at night. She had no choice but to sleep in her room. Fang Ziyi slept in her room. She couldn't sleep with her third brother. Zhang Lishi and his son went to squeeze in, while Fan Jiuying slept with her daughter. Fan Jiuying didn't sleep all night. Looking at my daughter sleeping so soundly, she is so anxious. My daughter is so heartless that no one will eat her bones in the future. Can you not be impatient? The next day, Fang Ziwen and Yehua came early. It's impossible not to come. The neighborhood committee came to urge me again. The director made it clear that if they didn't sign up themselves, they would directly submit their list, and Fang Piashong would be the first in the order. Don't blame them for not saying hello then. How can the couple not be in a hurry? This does not make the neighborhood committee smile, saying that they will definitely sign up in the next 2 days. The neighborhood committee has issued an ultimatum. As soon as the couple arrived, they happened to see Fan Jiuying sweeping the yard. Yehua took a look at the broom and remembered what happened last time. When she saw Fang Ziwen and Yehua, Fan Jiuying got angry. He didn't speak either. The big broom swung at the two people fiercely. Sister! Sister, we are here to pick up Xiao Xiao. I told her yesterday that this child ran away when she was unhappy. I was worried about this and didn't sleep all night. Yehua's eyes are really red. It's a pity that you don't stay up late to stay popular. It was the director of the neighborhood committee who made me angry in the morning. This is just the right excuse to use now. But Fan Jiuying is so easy to fool. Fan Jiuying's tough aunt swept away Yehua, a middle-aged woman who paid attention to temperament and literacy, almost fell down with a sweep of the broom. She jumped several times before she got out of the way. I felt very embarrassed in an instant. Fang Ziwen can't get entangled with a woman. It doesn't sound good if you say it out loud. I can only watch from the side. Humph. You think we are two idiots? Are you being honest when you say this? Are you still worried? If you are really worried, what did you do last night? If my daughter runs away, I won't even sleep all night. Mobilize the whole family. Neighbors are going to the streets to look for a girl in the middle of the night. Aren't you afraid that she will meet some bad guy? Aren't you worried about whether she is hungry or cold? Whose biological parents would do this? Why do you still have the nerve to say you're not asleep? If I were you, I would have killed you with a piece of tofu. Fan Jiuying was not prepared to send the child back. She was so adamant in her words that she wanted to drive the family away immediately. Yehua was said to be speechless. Indeed, they didn't worry about this at all. Don't talk about her. Even Fang Ziwen wasn't worried. They just felt that nothing would happen to Zhang Xiaoxiao if he returned to his adoptive parents' home. Get out of here now and stop being an eyesore here. Those words immediately attracted a crowd of neighbors. Zhang Lishi and Zhang Lei, as well as Zhang Xiaoxiao and Fang Ziyi also came out. The yard immediately became lively. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 32. Chapter 32 Lying. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at Yehua with great interest. My mother's fighting power is more than enough to deal with Yehua. Even though Fan Jiuying is a good person, she usually speaks softly. But she is a very tough mother. Looking at the shame and anger on Yehua's face, if it weren't for her precious son, she would have just thrown away her sleeves and walked away. Lao Zhang, what's wrong with you? Why did you get scolded so early in the morning? Neighbors asked enthusiastically. Their Zhang family has been very busy recently. We also arrested gangsters last night. Many neighbors came out to help. It was not until the gangsters were dealt with that they realized they had made a mistake. Now it's all over the place again. It's all strange. Lao Zhang and his wife are not troublemakers, so why are they so non-stop now? Fan Jiuying is holding a big broom in one hand on his waist. Dear neighbors, since you are here, let us all comment. The two people at the door are named Fang. You have also seen big cotters, wearing 4 pockets of clothes, but they are doing nothing. The guy immediately laughed. Fan Jiuying is a refreshing person. Everyone actually likes them both. Living here is also very popular. Lao Jiang's family, tell me quickly, what shameful things did they do? Yehuaki's face turned green. Fan Jiuying. Don't slander me. What do you mean it's not a human matter? What have we done? Fan Jiuying smiled sarcastically, so much that everyone could see it. What did you say you did? Guys, look at Zhang Xiaoxiao, our daughter. You all have known her for so many years. Many people have watched her grow up, and many of them have hugged her. Now the couple came to the door and said that our Xiaoxiao was carried by mistake and she was their daughter. That was a bolt from the blue for me. Everyone was shocked, and this happened. Still so bloody. Everyone immediately looked at the faces of Fang Ziwen and Yehua. This is to see if he looks similar to Zhang Xiaoxiao. I can really see that Zhang Xiaoxiao and Fang Ziwen still have some shadows. Then he saw a girl standing in the yard who looked very similar to Fan Jiuying. The two girls are almost the same age. You can't understand it at first glance. This is Fan Jiuying's biological child. Many people suddenly realized this. Ouch. This is acting. The movies are not that good. That's my biological daughter. What's wrong with me coming to find my biological daughter? Yehua asked displeasedly, what did they do wrong? Be surrounded by these people. The biggest mistake was to recognize Zhang Xiaoxiao. Look at how embarrassing they have been on the streets in just a few days. Although they don't know these people. But he still can't keep his face. Yes, it's true that you are looking for a biological daughter, but what are you looking for is a biological daughter? Don't you want to cheat one from our family? Fan Jiuying had a look of contempt on her face. Her daughter's words yesterday made Fan Jiuying so angry that she couldn't sleep all night. Now that the grievances have been vindicated and the debts are owed, Yehua and the others still dare to come to the door? Of course she is my own daughter. We also have daughters. What's the use of lying to her? Who has nothing to do at home? Why lie to a daughter to go back? It's not like there's something wrong with her. Yehua said angrily, and the people around him nodded. There's nothing wrong with it? Yeah, what's going on with Jiuying? Why do we get more and more confused the more we listen? Those who do good things ask questions. Fan Jiuying put her hands on her hips and said, you still have the nerve to say that? Why are you lying? I just said that the child has grown to 18. I didn't look for it earlier and later, but now I have found him. It turns out that he went to the countryside for your son. You black-hearted woman, do you dare to say that you want to bring our Xiao Xiao back, not to let her replace your son in the countryside? You can be reluctant to let your adopted daughter go to the countryside, but you want Xiao Xiao to go. What kind of thinking are you thinking? Based on your thoughts, I seriously doubt what you said. We can never give our child to you. Maybe you are here to deceive our child. As soon as these words came out, the neighbors understood immediately. Many people's eyes are wrong. There is contempt, disdain, and all kinds of incomprehension. I have never seen my biological parents like this. How do you know? Yehua never thought that others would know what they were thinking, so he was so shocked that the words slipped out of his mind. Anyone with a discerning eye can tell when they hear this. This must be the idea. Fan Jiuying has not wronged their family. If you don't want others to know, you have to do nothing yourself. You have the nerve to say, "Ah, that's why you came to have children." You still have the nerve to say that you are your biological parents. Is this what biological parents do? Let me tell you, we, Xiao Xiao, won't go back with you. You can go wherever you like, and leave immediately. Fan Jiuying swung the big broom open again. Yehua and Fang Ziwen were kicked out in a hurry. The explanation simply does not exist. Fang Ziwei had just taken advantage of the chaos and sneaked outside. This is not the case with Yehua and his wife. Fang Ziwei, what's going on? What happened when you came back last night? How come they know our plan? Fang Ziwei, why are you such an ignorant white-eyed wolf? We have raised you for so many years and brought you up to what you are now. Look. You actually went back and told your biological parents about this. Are you worthy of our kindness in raising you for so many years? Besides, we have this plan. Is it just to train your brother? Don't we think about you? If it weren't for you to stay in the city and work, wouldn't we have to come up with this idea? Yehua got angry at Fang Ziwei. She has already determined that Fang Ziwei must have told this matter. They didn't have time to talk to Zhang Xiaoxiao yesterday, so the only person who knew about this matter was Fang Ziwei. Fang Ziwen also looked unhappy. He didn't expect Fang Ziwei to say it out. Mom and Dad, how could I tell such a big thing? Zhang Xiaoxiao came back to talk about it yesterday. She said you told her, so how does it have anything to do with me? Fang Ziwei was confused. Sorry, how could this matter have anything to do with her? She heard clearly yesterday that Zhang Xiaoxiao's novel was told by his parents. Fang Ziwei, you did something wrong and you didn't admit it, and you're still lying now. How could it be us? Think about it, how could we have talked to Zhang Xiaoxiao about this on the first day? It's up to us. Yehua was almost furious. No one with any brains to tell this lie would believe that Zhang Xiaoxiao could say such a thing. Can Zhang Xiaoxiao know about this? They and Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't say a word yesterday, and none of them related to this kind of thing. The first reaction was that Fang Ziwei lied. Thank you for helping me catch insects. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 33. Chapter 33, Coming Up with Ideas. Mom, I really didn't say that. If you don't believe it, let's go in and ask Fan Jiuying and Zhang Lixi on the spot. It was really Zhang Xiaoxiao who came back yesterday and said this. I didn't say a word. Fang Ziwei was simply exhausted. How could she do such a stupid thing? She wanted to kidnap Zhang Xiaoxiao directly. These parents are also ignorant. What good will it do to themselves if they tell this? Yehua saw Fang Ziwei anxious and a little suspicious. It's really not you who said that, but that's strange. We didn't even say a word to Zhang Xiaoxiao yesterday. We never talked about this matter at all. How did Zhang Xiaoxiao know? This thing is completely unreasonable. Fang Ziwen was also confused. Fang Ziwen, have you told your eldest brother and sister-in-law about our plan? If you told your eldest brother and sister-in-law about our plan, then I'm afraid it was your good brother and sister-in-law who told Zhang Xiaoxiao. Yehua thought of the boss and his wife. The couple couldn't figure out how to cause trouble between them. She just said it. How could these two people be so kind-hearted to help them? They actually went to Jiang's house yesterday to persuade Zhang Xiaoxiao to come back. It turned out that I was waiting here to cause a stumbling block for them. Fang Ziwen glared at Yehua. How could I tell eldest brother such a thing? It's not like you don't know that eldest brother is a strict person. If he knew that we were planning to do this, could someone come over to help and persuade the child? You'd better check it out yourself. Well, where did you slip up? Yesterday, you were talking to Xiaoxiao, and Xiaoxiao was furious. What did you say so that this child could know these details? It's not that Fang Ziwen doesn't believe Yehua, it's because the matter has developed to this point. The Zhang family must already know about this. Fang Ziwen probably can't say it. If Zhang Xiaoxiao is not going to go to the countryside, then Fang Ziwen is going to go to the countryside. Fang Ziwen knows his children too well. Fang Ziwen is a smart person and would never do such a stupid thing. In comparison, my wife is a little bit brainless. Yehua was very angry when Fang Ziwen said, what you said, even if I am not smart, I still don't know that Xiaoxiao just came back on the first day yesterday, can I tell her such a thing? I didn't say a word, I just gave her a few words yesterday to tell her to catch up quickly, but the child reacted so immediately. Okay, no matter who said that things have reached this point, we are not going to hold any of you responsible, but now we have to think about what to do. The Zhang family must have known about this matter so that their children can go to the countryside. Strange. Tell me, what should I do now? Seriously speaking, Fang Ziwen never really regarded Zhang Xiaoxiao as his own child. In his mind, he always thought that Yehua was colluding with someone to get a child to replace their son in going to the countryside. He did not think that he might have held the wrong child in the hospital. At that time, my sister-in-law was also giving birth in that hospital. The eldest brother and he were both in the ward. There were so many people in the ward at that time, and the whole family could not bear to watch the two children. It was no joke. Especially since the eldest brother and sister-in-law had not had children for so many years, they finally had a child, and the whole family was very happy after the birth. Especially because my parents couldn't arrive right away, but they sent their capable old friends around to take care of me. If the child wants to be held in the wrong arms, no one will believe it if he tells it to him. Yehua was extremely angry. What can we do? Zhang Xiaoxiao is my biological daughter. What's wrong with me taking my biological daughter back? Even if I go to court, it's only natural and right. Fang Ziwen nodded repeatedly. She also knew that this statement was a bit unreasonable and bandit-like. But there's nothing we can do about it, if she doesn't agree. At that time, her mother, Yehua, suddenly thought of using her as a supporter, so what should he do? She doesn't want to go to the countryside. Don't keep blabbering about what is natural. Can you prove that she is your biological daughter? Although the nurse you threw out was a witness, there is no one who can technically prove that she is your biological daughter. If the person does not recognize it, the law cannot arbitrarily award the person's biological daughter to you. Fang Ziwen is very clear-headed. Yehua also knew that his reasoning was untenable. But what to do? Fang Ziwen, if Zhang Xiaoxiao can't take your brother's place to go to the countryside, I'm telling you, then you can take your brother's place and go to the countryside anyway. I can't let Piashong go to the countryside. Yehua said angrily. This is to express anger. Fang Ziwen felt a chill in her heart. I knew Yehua was such a person. After so many years as a mother and daughter, how could she still not understand that her adoptive mother had a dark heart? Mom, I'm going to try to persuade my parents to see if I can get them to agree to send Xiao Xiao back. At this time, she didn't want to do anything, but if she didn't do anything, she would be in harm's way. Fang Piashong is a dandy who pretends to be obsessed with three things. He was doted on by Yehua and has long been raised to the point where he thinks he is a young man from a cotter family. Besides loafing around and causing trouble all day long, what else can you do? Think that you are a literati, and if you wear a pair of glasses, you are a learned intellectual. If the current policy didn't allow it, Fang Piashong wouldn't have been able to show off outside. Still unwilling to go to the countryside? Forcing my sister to top the cylinder. That is what Fang Pei can do. Just a selfish bastard. Yehua then softened and said, Zai, I am here for you. You must know that you can become a good friend with the Song family because you are a member of our Fang family. If Zhang Xiaoxiao doesn't go now, the issue of identity will become a big issue. Is the Song family still willing to marry our family? Mom just said something angry, but it was also true. Think about it for yourself. Yehua Yu softened his tone, took Fang Zaiwai's hand, and spoke sincerely. Mother and daughter both have their own thoughts. Fang Zaiwai nodded, Mom. I understand. I will find a way to persuade the Zhang family. If it doesn't work, you and your father should still find a way to deal with Zhang Lishi. If Zhang Lishi is in trouble, they can't solve it by themselves. Ask for help? Zhang Xiaoxiao's matter may be solved by then. Fang Zaiwai has a quick mind and immediately thought of a solution. If I remember correctly, there is an uncle in the Zhang family. That uncle is not easy to worry about. My uncle has a son who always seems to get into fights and cause trouble. Once he hurts someone in a fight, he would make a big fuss about it. I believe Zhang Lishi is closer to an adopted daughter than to his own nephew. She remembered clearly that Zhang Lei went to the countryside in his previous life. It was impossible for this family to change the trajectory of history. As long as Zhang Xiaoxiao resumes the same trajectory as in his previous life. As long as she successfully marries into the Song family, other things have nothing to do with her. Please collect, comment, and recommend. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 34. Chapter 34 Little White Flower Character. Yehua and Fang Ziwen's eyes lit up instantly. Fang Ziwen took a deep look at Fang Ziwei. There was a slight fear in my heart. This child is cruel. No matter what, they are still her biological parents. If they want to do it, they will do it. How hard your heart is. Yehua was happy that this was a good idea. The couple left immediately. Fang Ziwei didn't leave. She is an insider. She was the one who was always on the sidelines about something. She is the one who breaks into the enemy. Fang Ziwei is back home. Only then did I realize that the house was quiet. Zhang Lishi and Fan Jiuying are not here. Zhang Lei seems not to be there either. But Zhang Xiaoxiao was here, cleaning up her house. Changing the sheets. Fang Ziwei pursed her lips and smiled. Zhang Xiaoxiao still knew how to flatter herself. Right? In fact, she was the one Zhang Xiaoxiao envied the most in his previous life. I envy her for looking like a serious city dweller. And what she hates most is being called a country bumpkin. It's not about pleasing yourself yet. Fang Ziwei walked in. Xiao Xiao. I can do it myself. How can I use you to change the sheets? Fang Ziwei was very good at pretending to be a pretty girl in her last life. Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't even look back. Who will change it for you? You slept on my bedding last night. I don't like it because it's not clean, so of course I have to change it. I'm not used to sharing the same quilt with others. What if you have lice or fleas on your body? Yes, that's really unlucky. Zhang Xiaoxiao did it on purpose. Fang Ziwei never lived in the Zhang family once in her last life. In this life, Fang Xiaowai slept in her own bed and her own bedding, which she really disliked. Very disgusted. Fang Xiaowai's face froze. Dislike her? Zhang Xiaoxiao really dares? Who gave her the courage? Xiaoxiao, my parents asked me to sleep here last night. The implication is that you are robbing someone else's things. Zhang Xiaoxiao unceremoniously pushed Fang Xiaowai's things directly into Fang Xiaowai's hands. I won't bully you. This room is my room. You can't occupy the magpie's nest. This is really not polite. Fang Xiaowai was furious. But before she could reason with Zhang Xiaoxiao, she saw Fan Jiuying and Zhang Lishi coming back. Tears immediately welled up in his eyes, and he looked aggrieved by being bullied by Zhang Xiaoxiao. Xiaoxiao, I know you don't like me. But I am also my parents' biological daughter, and I also hope to be loved by my biological parents. It's not my fault, this is your room, I shouldn't have taken it from your room, I'll go back to Fang's house. Anyone who sees Zhang Xiaoxiao's humiliation will probably think that Zhang Xiaoxiao is using his power to bully others. Don't say it so grandly, it's like you don't know how wrong you have been. You said this because you wanted to go back to Fang's family, not because I forced you to go back. It's because there is a reason for you to go back to the Fang family. Need me to say it? Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at Fang Xiaowai's acting in front of him with amusement. Fang Xiaowai shouted with tears in her eyes, you're talking nonsense. Why should I go back? I just don't want to embarrass my parents. She felt that Zhang Xiaoxiao must be bluffing her and it was impossible to know the details. Aren't you and the Song family about to get married? If there wasn't a decent natal family like the Fang family, and the Song family knew that you were the daughter of a small working-class family, I'm afraid the Song family wouldn't have agreed to this deal so easily. Marriage. Can anyone else arrange your work? Relying on the Fang family? Zhang Xiaoxiao is completely confident. Dedicated to exposing the protagonist's evil heart and sparing no effort. Zhang Lishi and Fan Jiuying walked in. Xiaowai, is the story about Xiaowai true? Zhang Lishi's face couldn't be darker. Fang Xiaowai hesitated, but he could not deny that this matter was not true, nor could he admit that it was true. If he admitted it, it would mean that what he just said had the motive to frame Zhang Xiaoxiao. Mom and Dad, I haven't even written out my horoscope yet, I just talked about it, but I haven't decided yet. Fang Xiaowai is worried that it will do no good to herself if she keeps pursuing this matter. Mom and Dad, I'd better go back. Xiaoxiao thinks I'm occupying her room and dislikes me covering her with her quilt. If I go back, the family will be at peace. The voice was low and full of grievances. Fan Jiuying looked at the child in front of her. This was her biological daughter, but she just couldn't like it. But you can't say that about this child. Otherwise they would not be the same as Fang Ziwen, Yehua, and others. Okay, don't cry. This house is quite big. Your dad has already bought a bed. You and Xiaoxiao will have a bed. This bed is originally small. I will get it for you in a moment. Come over with clean bedding. Actually, the couple had discussed it today, and now they have 2 children at home. One is biological and the other is not biological, but biological children, no matter whether they are caring or not, they cannot drive away the children. Not to mention Xiaoxiao, as long as the child is willing to be in this home, they are willing to let the child stay at home no matter how hard and tired they are. So the couple just went to find a bed. I looked for a place that collects old furniture and finally found an old bed. I made an agreement with them and had it delivered to my door shortly. I originally thought that this matter would be solved, but who would have thought that when I came back, I would find that the 2 children were having a conflict. Fang Xiaowai was a little unhappy. She originally wanted to take advantage of this opportunity and go back to Fang's house directly. But it doesn't look like it's possible now. Mom and Dad, I listen to you. Fang Xiaowai still answered obediently. After all, Her character is that in the eyes of everyone, she is a well-behaved and obedient child. Zhang Xiaoxiao tidied up the room. Mom and Dad, I'm going to plant trees. The saplings she asked her uncle to find for her that day haven't been planted yet. Fan Xiuying sighed, you kid, can you still think of planting a tree now? When will you do it? Just rest at home and your dad will plant the tree in a while. You are still needed. Besides, you know how to do it? What kind of trees are you going to plant? Growing up, we never asked you to do this kind of work in the fields. If you say you want to plant trees, will you do it? Zhang Xiaoxiao started to act rogue again. Go up and hold Fan Xiuying's arm, rubbing it. Mom just doesn't know how to learn. If my dad goes to plant trees, I will go and see how to plant trees. Anyway, I have to learn the work in the field. Otherwise, what will I do in the future? Can my dad be allowed to do it? Follow me forever. Of course she wants to learn. If you don't learn how to plant trees, what will you do with the 2 saplings in your space? She really doesn't know how to plant trees. How deep should the pit be dug, how should it be buried, and how much water should be poured? There must be laws for this, you can't just plant whatever you want. Zhang Lishi smiled and said, you kid is thinking about everything all day long. Come on, Daddy will teach you how to plant trees. By the way, what are the 2 saplings you brought back? Our children are all good no matter what. In Zhang Lishi's eyes, everything about Zhang Xiaoxiao is good. Dad, I knew you were the best to me. Let's plant trees. My uncle helped me find those 2 trees. One is a peach sapling, and the other one seems to be some kind of grapevine, but I don't know if it can be planted. Farming, people say that grape variety is not local, I'm afraid it won't be easy to farm. Father and daughter walked out. While talking and laughing, Fang Xiaowai looked unhappy and tried her best to endure it. Fan Xiuying sighed. She could see the jealousy in Fang Xiaowai's eyes and felt a little uncomfortable. She said he was their biological child, but she was not close at all. Fan Xiuying feels that she should treat her 2 children well in the future. Don't let 2 children quarrel because of this. Furthermore, Fang Xiaowai is right. Since the children are with them, they must treat them well. Please collect, comment, and recommend. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 35. Chapter 35 Persuasion. Fan Xiuying looked at Fang Xiaowai's helpless face, looking a little embarrassed. Look at the close father-daughter relationship between my man and Xiao Xiao. Sigh. What is this thing? She is obviously her own biological daughter, but she cannot feel the intimacy with her. Xiaowai, no matter what you think in your heart, we are your biological parents. We also want to recognize you. But if you have any plans to tell us in advance, don't feel that you are alienated from us and have no way to tell us. There is nothing you can't say to your biological parents. As long as you open up your heart, you can say anything to me and your dad. Look at Xiao Xiao, even if she knows that she is not our biological child, but look like this, she did not regard herself as an outsider. Fan Xiuying unconsciously compared Zhang Xiaoxiao and Fang Xiaowai together. No matter how she looked at them, she felt that Zhang Xiaoxiao was a big kid and that she was not alienated from them in any way. Fang Xiaowai lowered her head and agreed, I understand. I will let you know what I think in the future. The lowered eyelids covered the hatred in his eyes and the anger in his heart. Who is your biological daughter? Obviously I am your biological child, but you can be so kind to a child who is not your biological child. But he ignored his own daughter. Obviously knowing that staying at the Fang family was the best outcome for her, yet they were still questioning her here. If it is your biological daughter, can you not think about your own child? Are there any parents in the world who only care about themselves and completely ignore the interests of their children? Okay. Since you don't want to say it, I won't ask you any more questions. But get along well with Xiao Xiao. This kid is nice, has a generous personality, and is not a stingy person. It's just that you two may have just met. In addition, she will feel a little sad knowing that you are our biological child. Parents hope that you can get along well and become friends. Fan Xiuying really hopes that her two children can get along well. If her biological daughter and adopted daughter can really get along with each other in harmony, in fact, the two families still have more ways to go. Fang Xiaowai still nodded but said nothing. Fan Xiuying sighed. This child looked very unhappy when he saw her face, but he refused to express his feelings. This was because he was not close to them. Come on, follow me to that room. I'll find you a bedding, sheets, quilt cover, etc. The bed will be delivered in a moment. I'll pack it for you and you can sleep tonight. Hope that what they do will allow children to get close to them as soon as possible. After a while, the bed was delivered, and Fang Xiuying packed up the bed for Fang Xiaowai, making it clean and neat. The room was clearly divided, with two single beds, a writing desk in the middle, and a large wardrobe next to it. Zhang Xiaoxiao took a look at the room and saw that he and Fang Xiaowai were going to sleep together. Fang Xiaowai sneaked out just now, definitely to meet Yehua and his wife, but I don't know what other ideas they discussed. These two are not good people. He would do anything for his son. She was thinking about whether she should make up a story later. Have finished dinner. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Fang Xiaowai went back to their houses. There really wasn't much entertainment at the moment, and their families didn't even have TV sets like theirs. The lights were turned off and the two of them lay on the bed. Fang Xiaowai spoke first. Xiao Xiao, why don't you want to go back? Your biological parents are from a coder family. Your grandparents are from high-level intellectuals. Although they have suffered crimes, they are also the first batch of high-level coders to be rehabilitated. Grandpa, that is a national treasure, professor. If you go back to your parents, then your grandparents will find a way to get you a formal job in the future, as a teacher, or a kindergarten teacher. That would be great, but that is a formal job, and most people won't get it if they want it. What can you do if you stay here? So you care about me so much? Isn't it because you want to stay in the Fang family and not come back because you fancy that the Fang family has such a strong foundation and want to seek benefits for yourself? Since you are not willing to return to this working class family. Come on, why don't we just change? You stay in the Fang family and I stay in the Zhang family. Wouldn't it be better for each of us to get what we need? Zhang Xiaoxiao laughed mockingly. Fang Xiaowai actually came here to do some ideological work for her. Are you kidding me? That's okay, Mom and Dad, I still miss you, otherwise I wouldn't want to take you back. Fang Xiaowai almost showed her eagerness. Change of tone. Don't think that I am a 3-year-old child. We are the same age. Although you grew up in an intellectual family, I am also highly educated. Don't tell those lies. I already know Fang Zhiyuan and Yehua's thoughts. Aren't they just asking me to go back to the countryside to replace the so-called eldest brother? If this is also the yearning and love for your biological daughter, then I would rather I was not their biological daughter. What's your idea? I know very well, and I will only tell you one thing, we all live our own lives, and if you want to have any evil thoughts on me, then don't blame me for being rude. I have always been a person who does not offend anyone unless they offend me. If someone offends me, I will repay him tenfold. You must remember this clearly. Don't mess with me easily, and I have to go to bed now, so don't talk to me. Zhang Xiaoxiao was not interested in continuing the conversation. Fang Xiaowai would only say these useless words. They just tried to persuade herself to recognize the reality clearly and recognize what was best for her. Xiaoxiao, I know you have misunderstandings about your parents. Although they really want you to go to the countryside instead of your elder brother, you only need to go to the countryside for 1.5 years, and your parents can use their connections to get you back. I'll find you a formal job when the time comes. Actually, that's not bad, just think about it yourself. Perhaps you may not be able to listen to what I say now, but I really think about you. Your parents, grandparents, and grandparents will not ignore you. After all, you are their biological child. It seems that you haven't heard what I just said. Don't lie to me. I'm not a 3-year-old child. If you can use your connections to get me back, why do you need me to go to the countryside for my eldest brother? Wouldn't it be better to just let the eldest brother go to the countryside? Since we can get my eldest brother back in a year and a half, why do we need to go through this extra procedure? I am their long-lost daughter. Shouldn't I love my biological daughter well when she comes back and try my best to make up for the fatherly and maternal love that I have lacked for so many years? No one is a fool. Zhang Xiaoxiao turned around and didn't want to talk to Fang Ziyuai. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is Reborn with Space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 36. Chapter 36 The Big Peach Tree. Zhang Xiaoxiao turned around and went to her own space instantly. She had long discovered that she could use her spiritual ideology to enter the space. The 2 saplings thrown into the space yesterday were still lying crookedly on the ground. It seems that this space of mine will not grow on its own and needs someone to take care of it. She sorted out the high school review textbooks she had collected, including the things she discovered. So far, there has been no moisture damage or anything like that when I threw it on the ground, but it won't work if I just leave it on the ground like this. Looks like I have to collect some tables and chairs and the like next time, so I can put something in there so I can have some space to sort it out. After things were straightened out, she planted a sapling into the ground. Thanks to going planting trees with my father today, I quietly put the shovel, kettle, and other things into my own space, and will put them back when I go out tomorrow morning. It's all put to use now. The only drawback is that she seems to have only one field in this space. Originally, she wanted to plant 2 saplings in the same field. But who knew she had just planted the peach tree? The fields automatically excluded her. It would be impossible for her to plant it again. But if you do other work, the fields seem to return to their original state. Can be touched. For example, watering or something. She took some water from the small spring next to her and watered the saplings. I don't know when this tree will grow up. Of course she doesn't know what the conversion ratio is for time in this space. It is the same time as her outside world. Still different. Since there was nothing else for her to do, she just went out and slept peacefully. No words all night. When Zhang Xiaoxiao woke up the next day, Fang Ziyuai had already gotten up. They are quite diligent. She and Fan Qiuying cooked together affectionately. In fact, Fang Ziyuai didn't know how to cook either. Besides, it is impossible for Fan Qiuying to let her children cook. Just helping Fan Qiuying deliver things. But there was talk and laughter. The atmosphere between the 2 people is different. Zhang Xiaoxiao is not jealous, after all, she is Fan Qiuying's biological daughter. As long as Fang Ziyuai doesn't mess with her, she won't do anything. But I still feel a little astringent in my heart. Why? People. Still jealous. She is also a human being. Zhang Xiaoxiao just lay down and turned over, then went into the space to look at his saplings. He watered them last night and didn't know what the situation was now. As a result, she was dumbfounded as soon as she entered. The sapling in that field has now grown into a towering tree. How tall can a peach tree grow? How can he grow so tall? At a glance, the tree was at least 3 meters tall, already more than half taller than her. The tree can grow 3 meters in one night, and it is obvious that the tree is now bearing fruit. Although the fruit still looks green, it has not turned into a bright red peach. The problem is that you can have flowers and fruits overnight. How fast is this? Zhang Xiaoxiao quietly went up and touched it. Honestly, this is a real peach. If they weren't ripe yet, she was going to pick each one and taste it to see the difference between the peaches grown in her space and the peaches outside. The main reason is that they grow up too fast. She didn't know if the peach would be ripe when she came in the afternoon. The problem is that no one gave her a space guide. She can only speculate that either time passes much faster in this space than outside, or there is another problem. The land in this space can promote the growth of plants. Looking at the peach tree of his own with great satisfaction, he expected to be able to eat peaches in a few days. The space still looked the same, but it suddenly felt full of life to her. The problem is that there is only one field in the space, and only one kind of plant can be grown in this field. I planted a peach tree yesterday, and the Huanghuali saplings are still lying nearby. Fortunately, the biggest advantage is that the Huanghuali sapling seems to be staying there and is not withering more. Zhang Xiaoxiao happily took back his soul. This time it became developed. If you want to go to the countryside, you will have an extra space to grow plants. What she regrets most is why she planted peach trees in the first place. If you had planted wheat, it would probably have matured overnight. And when the wheat is mature, it can be cut down and replanted with other plants. The problem is that if you have planted a peach tree, you can't just cut it down after the peaches have grown. Secretly annoyed at his poor decision-making. Too inexperienced. Zhang Xiaoxiao comforted himself, "It's not your fault. Who said that there was no space to use in the previous life? This experience does not come casually. Get up from bed." Zhang Xiaoxiao went outside to finish washing. Just as my mother, Fan Qiuying, had put the food on the table. "You all come and have breakfast. Look at Fang Ziyi who is helping her serve food. This child is quite virtuous." But I didn't wait for them to eat. The door was banged with a loud bang. Zhang honestly took a look. Who is this so early in the morning? Zhang Lei went to open the door. I saw my uncle, aunt, and uncle, and Mrs. Zhang rushing in together. Right? Like a tornado, 3 people were blown directly into their house. Nearly pushed Zhang Lei, who was standing next to him, to the ground. "Grandma, this is..." Zhang Lei felt that he was ignored. No one paid any attention to me at all. "Mom, brothers, and sisters, why are you here? What happened?" How could Zhang Lishi not know that his eldest brother and sister-in-law would go to the 3 treasures hall for everything? Last time, my daughter-in-law said that while he was away, she came to the door and tried to force him to give his job to her eldest nephew. Could it be that knowing that he was back this time, he came to the door again to mention this matter? Eldest brother Zhang Lokeng's face turned pale, and it seemed like something big had happened. Sister-in-law Feng Gihua's face was filled with tears. "The second brother is really in trouble this time. If you don't help, your eldest nephew will really be doomed." Crying and wiping away tears. Zhang Lishi couldn't figure it out. Is he his nephew who didn't live up to expectations? "Brother and sister-in-law, please tell me what you have to say. You are just crying. How do I know what happened? If I can help, I will definitely help. We are all a family. How could I not help? But it depends on whether we can help. This is busy." He didn't mean anything. Who knows if he can help? Feng Gihua nodded hurriedly. "Boss, you can help me, you can definitely help me. The people here have said so. Only you can help me." Zhang Lishi was even more confused. There were people who gave them directions. It seemed that they were here for them. The old lady glanced at Fang Ziyi. Looking at Zhang Xiaoxiao again, I felt mixed emotions in my heart, as my granddaughter suddenly changed. The old lady just had some feelings for her granddaughter Xiaoxiao, and suddenly her granddaughter changed into a human being. The problem is that this matter has been named, and it has something to do with the little biological parents. Why? It's all bad luck. The monster is here. Please collect, comment, and recommend. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 37. Chapter 37. No. This is Xiaowai, right? Zhang Lishi was shocked. He hasn't had time to tell the old lady about this yet. How did the old lady know that the child's name was Xiaowai? Mom, I haven't had time to tell you about this yet. When I gave birth to Xiao Xiao, I didn't expect that the nurse in the hospital made a mistake and put Xiao Xiao and Xiaowai in the wrong arms. Xiaowai is our child. Xiao is a child of the Fang family. Zhang Lishi had to say it. It seems that someone with great powers has actually gone to his mother to talk to her. He guessed that this matter must be related to the Fang family. They just blocked the Fang family back yesterday. His own mother came here today as soon as he got the news. If it was not revealed by the Fang family, then who could it be? We already know about this. Your nephew was arrested by the police last night. They said he stole state property. He has been put on file for investigation. We went to the Public Security Bureau early this morning to ask whether his matter was serious. It's not a big deal. They stole scrap iron and scrap wires from the factory in the middle of the night and sold them for money. Originally, there was nothing wrong with him, so he kept watch for others, and he never went up to steal. However, someone reported this to him, so he was also arrested. The police said that if this matter is serious, your eldest nephew may be sentenced to 3 to 5 years. Zhang Xiaoxiao glanced at Fang Xiaowai. Fang Xiaowai's eyes flashed with surprise. It seemed that this matter was the work of the Fang family. Otherwise, Fang Xiaowai's eyes wouldn't have looked like this. It was obvious that she knew about this. Grandma, even if it's this kind of thing, it's useless for you to ask my dad. My dad doesn't know anyone from the Public Security Bureau. Even if he does know someone from the Public Security Bureau, the laws of the country are ruthless about this kind of thing. How can you ask others to let my dad go? Ah! Zhang Xiaoxiao paid attention to Fang Xiaowai's expression as she spoke. Sure enough, the woman curled her lips slightly, apparently disapproving of her words. Little one. Your parents have raised you like a treasure for so many years. They hold it in their hands for fear of being exposed to the sun and hold it in their mouths for fear of melting. Our Zhang family has not treated you badly at all. At this time, you can't be ungrateful and burn bridges. Feng Gihua grabbed Zhang Xiaoxiao with a look of anticipation on his face. If she knew that the Zhang Xiaoxiao in front of her would be worth like this in the future, she could never look down on Xiaoxiao before and treat her with all sorts of dislikes. Auntie, what you said is wrong. I am my parents' child. They are good to me because they are good to their own children. What does it have to do with you? What does it have to do with the Zhang family? She has always remembered her parents, eldest brother, eldest sister, and second sister, and has never forgotten how kind they were to her. She was a white-eyed wolf in her last life. In this life, she wants to be a truly reciprocal person and let her family understand that giving to others will definitely be rewarded, rather than chilling the good people of this world. But we must deal with those who take advantage of the opportunity to blackmail themselves. If you want to take advantage of the situation, don't even think about it. Especially this eldest aunt, who was not a good person to begin with. In her previous life, she was the one who harmed their family. Since my aunt has never done anything bad in this life, I can let it go as long as I can. But if the other party doesn't know what is going on and still wants to get together, that's just a dream. Xiao Xiao, how can you say that? My eldest aunt has been kind to you in recent years. Something has happened to your eldest brother now, and only your parents have the ability to say something. In fact, As long as you open your mouth, your eldest brother will be able to reveal the fact that your parents made a phone call. The person who told me that this matter is not a big deal. Your eldest brother did not really participate in the theft. At most, it was just a robbery. Look out for the wind outside. Your Fang parents are cotters. Feng Gihua could not let go of the life-saving straw in front of him. Yes, Xiao Xiao. You just need to go back to your parents. They will talk to Grandpa and make a phone call. Grandpa's old comrades are from the Public Security Bureau. This matter is not a big deal. It shouldn't be that serious. I guess it's a fine plus education and reform. Fang Zihui spoke. It's not enough to add fuel to the fire. The family wanted to force Zhang Xiaoxiao to do it. The Fang family's parents are waiting. Zhang Lishi glared, what nonsense are you talking about? The law means that you can just do whatever you want with just one sentence. It's true that the Fang family is a cotter, but even if you are not a cotter, you can do such a thing as asking for personal information and bending the law. Brothers and sisters-in-law, I'm not talking about you. I've told you a long time ago that your child must be well educated, and you can't just let him get mixed up with the unscrupulous people in society. You don't want to listen, and yet you still claim that you are not a friend. Hello friends now? Today I dragged him to watch the wind and steal, but tomorrow I drag him to murder and set fire? Zhang Loken was furious. Second brother, what do you mean by that? Is it possible that you don't want to help us? This is something you can do. It's impossible to see your nephew being sent to prison. Old Mrs. Zhang also said hurriedly. Mom knows that your nephew has been spoiled by them, and I have told them about this. You can't think of disciplining your son until the end. This should have been done long ago. But what he did didn't mean he had to go to jail. It's okay if we come back and educate. Once he goes to jail, it will be recorded in the file. What can he do after he comes back? Even if you want to take over and work in the factory, you can't. The old lady is also worried. If such a big thing happens to her grandson, once he goes to jail, it will be completely over. Not only will there be no job, but also there will be no chance of finding a partner. Who dares to marry a girl to a thief? Zhang Lishi sighed. Mom, I can help with this matter, of course I can. The problem is that the Fang family is not a good place to go. You probably don't know that the couple in the Fang family are like jackals, tigers, and leopards, just waiting for the little one. Xiao Xiao was sent back to the tiger's mouth. Their intention was to let Xiao Xiao go back to replace their son and go to the countryside. It is not at all to recognize his biological daughter. Tell me about such a family. How can we let Xiao Xiao go back and beg them to go? Zhang Xiaoxiao gave a thumbs up, saying that his father is mighty. Zhang Lishi glared at Zhang Xiaoxiao. He didn't stop at this time and was not afraid of the old lady beating her. Zhang Xiaoxiao stuck out his tongue and hid behind Fan Qiuying with a look of reluctance. Second brother, what you said is wrong. He is his biological brother. It's not right to go back to replace his biological brother and go to the countryside. After all, doesn't she have to replace Zhang Shitu and go to the countryside in our family? Don't do that. Oppressive rule. You yourself can ask someone to take your son's place and go to the countryside, but when he goes to live with your own brother, it will become a heinous matter. This is a bit unreasonable. Feng Gihua doesn't care. Zhang Xiaoxiao wants to go to the countryside anyway, so why not go to the countryside for whom? As long as their child is rescued, it will be fine. More updates, more updates. Sprinkle flowers. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 38. Chapter 38, Headache. What? Xiao Xiao, you want to go to the countryside for my brother? Fang Zihui looked at Zhang Xiaoxiao sympathetically, her voice exaggeratedly loud. She just wanted Zhang Xiaoxiao to see it, but she didn't expect that although Zhang Lishi's family looked honest, what they did was not honest at all. It's on par with the Fang family. No wonder his parents are so good to Zhang Xiaoxiao. From this point of view, she somewhat admired her biological parents. Looking at how well they do things, they can coax Zhang Xiaoxiao to desperately want to stay in the Zhang family and go to the countryside for their son. How much thought went into this? Compared with my parents from the Fang family, they are completely different. This is the real spirit of a human being. She just wanted to wake up Zhang Xiaoxiao. Don't regard your good intentions as nothing. Zhang Lishi's nose was so angry at his sister-in-law's words that he almost twisted his nose. Is this human language? They didn't have such dirty intentions. You must know that they didn't agree with Xiaoxiao going to the countryside at the beginning. How could the girl they had pampered all their lives be sent to the countryside to play in the mud? This child can't do this job either. Sister-in-law, you are keeping your mouth shut. What do you mean, you are going to the countryside for your brother anyway, who is not a substitute? What you said, it seems that we are not the same thing. We too are not that evil. Zhang Lishi was rude to his elder brother and sister-in-law for the first time. Feng Gihua glanced at Zhang Lishi with a strange look. Second brother, I'm not talking about you. What you did in this matter was unkind. Since you also want Zhang Xiaoxiao to go to the countryside for your son, and since you dare to do it, why don't you dare to let others say it? This matter is just for show. Come out, was what I said wrong? Xiaoxiao, think about it for yourself. If you are not going to the countryside for everyone, then why are you not going to the countryside for your own brother? Your biological parents are both cotters, and your grandparents are both great professors. With a family like this, why do you have to do this to a family of poor workers? Besides, if you go to the countryside for your brother, will they remember your kindness and make bad arrangements for you, right? Think about it, is this what the eldest aunt said? Feng Gihua doesn't care about those flies and dogs. What does it have to do with her? As long as she can save her son, she can say anything. Fang Zihui looked at Zhang Xiaoxiao proudly. This time you should know who is really good to you. The people from the Zhang family are not good people either. She said that there is no such thing as good without reason in the world. It turned out that I was waiting here. Zhang Xiaoxiao stood up and everyone looked at her. Fang Zihui was secretly happy. Say it, say what's in your heart. Girl, you are still too naive. Hurry up and wake up. Go back to your biological parents and all our problems will be solved. I don't need to suffer here. Auntie, what you said is wrong. My parents have no intention of asking me to go to the countryside on my brother's behalf. This matter was something I requested from the beginning. I was willing to go. My third brother was rushing to go to the countryside at first, and my parents only agreed to it after I went on a hunger strike to protest. If you don't believe it, you can go to the hospital and ask. I was sent to the hospital for emergency treatment because of my hunger strike. My parents have raised me for 18 years, and this is the time for me to repay them. Even if it wasn't for repayment, I originally wanted to go to the countryside and didn't want my third brother to leave. The third brother is the only son in the family. As long as he is here, he can take care of his parents. My parents don't owe me anything, it's me who owes them. I owe them more than 10 years of upbringing, and I owe them a daughter to take care of. Zhang Xiaoxiao looked at her parents. This was what she was thinking. In her previous life, she owed her parents a daughter. From a white-eyed wolf to a daughter who appreciates kindness and repays her kindness, she has gone through a life of thousands of mountains and rivers. After seeing all the sacrifices and dedication of my parents, this is the result in the end. Good people are not rewarded. It was caused by her blindness. It is absolutely impossible to make your parents despair in this life like in the last life. Let the loved ones who were truly good to her pass away so tragically. Feng Gihua was stunned by Zhang Xiaoxiu's words. This child must be a fool. The cotters who are as old as my parents don't recognize me. Must treat a pair of poor workers as biological parents, crying and shouting to repay their kindness. Your brain is flooded. Fan Qiuying and Zhang Lishi had tears in their eyes. Zhang Lei patted his sister on the shoulder. Xiao Xiao, you are my Zhang Lei's sister for life, my biological sister. It's not that he can't say anything to refute his parents, but no one can say it as credible and shocking as Zhang Xiaoxiu's novel. If any of them argue, people will say that they have ulterior motives. But only Zhang Xiao's novels can convince everyone. Zhang Xiaoxiao has really managed to live up to the love her parents have given her for so many years, and does not look at her parents with suspicion like others. This kind of trust can only be understood by those of them who are in it. Third brother, if you say that, I won't be happy. I am your sister. It would be too strange for a brother and a sister to say this. We are relatives, relatives for life. Old Mrs. Zhang suddenly felt at a loss for words. She is really alive and well. Such a scene, in theory, should make her cry bitterly, but if her grandson was not still at the police station, she would also be very moved, and moved her son that good people will be rewarded. But now Zhang Xiaoxiao is stubborn. What should I do about my grandson? Zhang Xiang is still inside. Feng Gihua was anxious. Xiao Xiao, your parents are both big cotters. Are you stupid? You left your brother alone and took care of an unrelated person. What did you ask me to say about you? Zhang Lokeng took a look at his brother. I don't have the nerve to continue to add insult to injury. He is not a grown man who can say that. Auntie, what I do has nothing to do with you. Zhang Xiang should undergo labor reform. I think it's good. If you can't control it, just leave it to the government. This will save you all kinds of troubles all day long. She will not go back. There is no way for her to bow her head to the Fang family. Feng Gihua was furious. She could say that her son was not good. But you cannot let others say something bad about your son. Especially Zhang Xiaoxiao. Zhang Xiaoxiao, who do you think you are? Why do you talk about my son? Our family Xiang is doing well. He just made careless friends and was led astray. He is a good boy. Feng Gihua completely forgot that Zhang Xiaoxiao was also tasked with saving her son. Pointing to the nose and scolding. That's right. I'm not a thing, I'm just a person. You actually don't know what your Zhang Xiang has done. I'll tell you the truth, go back and look at your bank book. Zhang Xiang is not as honest as you think. He is also Wang Feng? He said it himself. You should listen to what the police say. Don't listen to other people's nonsense. Zhang Xiaoxiao smashed the hammer. Zhang Xiang is indeed not unjust at all. Every time stolen goods are resold, he is the handler. He is also a person who has done all kinds of bad things. You can go in and make a good renovation, which will save your family members from harm. This didn't happen in my previous life, but this time it was the result of the Fang family's intervention. End of this chapter. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. The Lucky Bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 39. Chapter 39, Not Going. You, Zhang Xiaoxiao, what do you mean? If you don't save people, forget it. Why are you slandering our family Xiang? After all, he is also your cousin. Zhang Lokeng murmured in his heart, but he did not forget to protect his son. Uncle, you'd better go back and take a look. And if I remember correctly, I saw my cousin going shopping with a pregnant woman in the dormitory of the machinery factory a few days ago. He also bought a lot of things, I think I remember that woman was a widow named He Sifeng from the machine factory's infirmary. Maybe it's just my eyesight, but you'd better go and have a look. The eldest aunt and uncle are still in a mess at home, and they come to their house to point fingers. Zhang Xiaoxiao decided to keep them busy. It doesn't matter if you have nothing to do, you always make trouble for others. Zhang Lokeng and Feng Gihua couldn't sit still. Even though they say it sounds nice, can they still not know what kind of material their son is? The old lady is also worried. They don't know exactly what their grandson has done. Ignoring the nonsense they were having with Zhang Xiaoxiao, the three of them left in a hurry, just as hurriedly as when they came. Fang Xiaowai looked at Zhang Xiaoxiao with mixed feelings. Is this woman true to her parents? I really would rather be used by my parents to replace my so-called third brother in going to the countryside than to help my biological parents get some practical benefits. Has the world changed so much? I didn't realize that there could be such deep feelings between people. She doesn't believe it. At least the Fang family did not have such a deep mother-daughter relationship with her. Zhang Xiaoxiao was not like this in her previous life. Wasn't she the most cruel person in Zhang Xiaoxiao's previous life? Isn't it Zhang Xiaoxiao who hugged the Fang family's parents' thighs and didn't let go? The world is changing too fast. Xiaoxiao, hurry up and eat. I'll take you out today to prepare bedding. We have to prepare the things we need when we go to the countryside, otherwise we'll be in a hurry and worry that we won't be able to bring them all. Fan Qiuying has her own plan. Zhang Xiaoxiao nodded and immersed himself in eating. Anyway, their breakfast was millet porridge, plus a few cornmeal buns, and pickles, so he was used to it. On weekdays, she would have an extra hard-boiled egg. But there are 2 more hard-boiled eggs today. I think it's because her parents don't want Fang Xiaowai, they feel she's being ignored, and they want a bowl of water to be balanced. Fan Qiuying put the boiled eggs in Fang Xiaowai's bowl. Silly boy, eat quickly. You know our family's living standard is not as good as the Fang family's, but you have to adapt slowly. After all, this is our family, and you will have to live here in the future. It's good for you to adapt early. Fang Xiaowai bit into a cornmeal bun. In fact, the Fang family's life is not that good either. Fang Xiwen and his wife spend their money in many places, including the canteen on weekdays. The canteen also sells a lot of cornmeal steamed buns. There isn't much fine grain in the food book, so of course you have to replace the fine grain with coarse grain, otherwise you won't be able to survive for a month. The cornmeal steamed buns in the cafeteria are not as delicious as those steamed at home. At least Fan Qiuying's cornmeal steamed buns have a little bit of white flour in them. It doesn't taste so harsh to the throat. Xiaoxiao, are you really not going back to Fang's house? Fang Xiaowai is determined not to give up. No reply? To tell you the truth, I have already signed up to go to the countryside as an educated youth. Even the big notice of the neighborhood committee in the alley has been posted. It is a sure sign that I will go to the countryside. No one can change this name. So you should take advantage of it. Tell Yehua and Fang Xiwen not to have any ideas about me. Zhang Xiaoxiao was not polite. He peeled the hard-boiled egg, split it in half, and stuffed half into his mother's mouth and half into his father's mouth. Because she was lightning fast, the couple was unprepared and got it into their mouths all at once. But they couldn't spit it out, and they were too embarrassed to swallow it. They had eaten up their daughter's special treatment, and the couple felt really sorry. You kid, you're always like this. Zhang Xiaoxiao's playful smile made people feel helpless. Fan Qiuying was helpless. She didn't know when this child suddenly became so heartless. It's so distressing. Fang Xiaowai held a peeled egg. It was neither eating nor eating. He complained about Zhang Xiaoxiao in his heart. Why do you always pretend to be a good person when you have nothing to do? It's okay to pretend to be a good person, but if you have to do it in front of so many people, what will she do? Since I was nervous about eating, Fang Xiaohui wanted to take a supplement. It's better now. Fang Xiaohui had no choice but to take the egg, break it in half, and pass it to Zhang Lei with her eyes. This is 1 person and half. Third brother, you eat? Hand it to Zhang Lei. I don't believe that Zhang Lei, a grown man, has the nerve to eat. Who knew, Zhang Lei would just take it? Laughing without shame. Thank you. Zhang Xiaoxiao, you have never thought of me as the third brother in your heart. Look. I also have eggs to eat. He raised his hands proudly and shook them as if in demonstration. Zhang Xiaoxiao glanced at it and said, Third brother, how old are you? From now on, you might as well call me Zhang Sansui. I've finished eating. Just pat your and leave. Wash dishes does not exist. Always let that filial daughter show off. She is just a spoiled brat. Zhang Lei angrily chased after Zhang Xiaoxiao and shouted, You are Zhang Sansui, you are Zhang Sansui. Zhang Lishi gave him a kick. It's not over yet. You and your sister are making noise there. Do you have any future? Let me tell you, the director told you to learn to drive quickly. Don't run around these days. Go to the team to learn to drive, otherwise how to take over. Zhang Lishi's replacement is about to come down. Means that the son will go to work instead of him. But they are a transport team and they can't do it without a car. Zhang Lei immediately became energetic. Salute. Yes, Dad, I will pack up and follow you. I will go wherever you point me. Follow the leader's instructions. Zhang Lishi was very angry. His son can't do anything right all day long. Zhang Lishi took Zhang Lei out. They cannot wait any longer. Fan Xiuying hesitated. She originally wanted to take Zhang Xiaoxiao alone to go shopping, but she was worried that Fang Xiaohui would feel left out. He is his own biological child after all. I'm afraid that the child will think too much. Fan Xiuying had no choice but to call out the 2 children together. Come shopping with me and see what you need. She cannot hold a bowl of water perfectly level. But you can do it to the extent you can. Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't care, she actually didn't want her parents to buy anything. Except for the bedding. Other things can be found in the village. This is a long journey. She didn't think her small body could carry so much. Fang Xiaohui frowned, Mom, I won't go. I don't need anything. She is going to meet Yehua and the others today. Zhang Xiaoxiao has signed up for the educated youth to go to the countryside. If she didn't tell them the news, those 2 people would probably take their anger out on her. Fang Xiaohui was so anxious that she couldn't sleep all night. The top priority now is to see if there is any way to remove Zhang Xiaoxiao from the neighborhood committee's list of going to the countryside. End of this chapter. The lucky bag is reborn with space. Author, Floating World. Chapter 40. Chapter 40 Chaos. Zhang Xiaoxiao and Fan Xiuying left. Fang Xiaohui secretly went out alone. She went to Fang's house in the car. Fang Xiwen and Yehuazhen were reading newspapers and drinking tea with leisurely expressions. Fang Piashong went to watch a movie with his classmates. Zhang Xiaoxiao hasn't come to beg them yet? That Zhang Xiong didn't wait for them to find Zhang Lishi's fault before he made his own mistake. What good people can be in such a family? It was simply a God-sent opportunity. The couple were waiting patiently there, waiting for Zhang Xiaoxiao to come to their door to negotiate terms with them. Hearing someone knock on the door, the couple immediately looked at each other, with a look of satisfaction in their eyes. It seems that Zhang Xiaoxiao is here after all. Yehua went to open the door. You're finally back, why is it you? Yehua looked at Fang Xiaohui in surprise. Look behind Fang Xiaohui. No one. Where is Zhang Xiaoxiao, why didn't you come? Yehua still couldn't hold it back, and she became fierce with her words. Zhang Xiaoxiao has signed up to go to the countryside. Fang Xiaohui walked in and closed the door. What? Yehwa's voice rose. What did you say? Fang Ziwen took off his glasses. Xiao Xiao has already gone to the neighborhood committee to register? Why didn't this child tell us? She's too impatient. It would be better for us to take her to our own family. Otherwise, they won't know whose family they are from. Really? Smiles all over the face. Finally the big stone in their hearts was removed. As long as Zhang Xiaoxiao was willing to obey their arrangements, they wouldn't mind being kinder to Zhang Xiaoxiao. Hey, little one, why didn't I come with you? Fang Ziwen watched for a long time but didn't see Zhang Xiaoxiao's figure. Yehua also thought that Zhang Xiaoxiao signed up by himself as Fang Ziwen thought. But I am obedient. That is a cheap person. If you don't take care of yourself, you won't know how much you weigh. Mom and Dad, Zhang Xiaoxiao didn't come, and when she signed up to go to the countryside, she didn't sign up for our neighborhood committee, she signed up for the neighborhood committee of the Zhang family, and she signed up to go to the countryside in the name of the Zhang family's daughter. Fang Ziyi is so depressed. What good things do you two think of? Who will listen to you obediently? This daughter of yours seems to be different from her previous life. This didn't seem to happen in her previous life. Now Fang Ziyi doesn't understand, what happened? Could it be that things have changed because of his reappearance? Why is it not as good as the previous life? What did you say? Yehua's eyes almost popped out. Slap the table. The teacup on the table jumped a few times. Fang Ziwen had a constipated expression on his face. Ziyi, tell me clearly, what did Zhang Xiaoxiao do? Mom and Dad, the Zhang family's uncle and aunt Mrs. Zhang came last night and asked Zhang Xiaoxiao to come back and replace his eldest brother when he went to the countryside, so that he could beg you to rescue his eldest cousin. Who knew that Zhang Xiaoxiao would just say it? It turns out that she has signed up to go to the countryside on behalf of her brother from the Zhang family, and the registration list has been posted long ago. This is a sure thing. Even after the notice was posted, there was nothing they could do to change the situation. Yehua gritted his teeth angrily. This is a pest. I should have strangled her to death when I gave birth to her. My own brother didn't help and protect her, but he actually helped an outsider. This person is eating everything in and out. I'll go find her. Yehua was unwilling to give in. Why did Zhang Xiaoxiao want to go to the countryside for the Zhang family, knowing that she was his biological daughter? Has the notice been posted on the street? Fang Ziwen is very clear-headed. Is there any room for maneuver in this matter? It depends on whether Zhang Xiaoxiao's list is confirmed. Once confirmed, it will be reported to the above list. Even if they want to change it, the neighborhood committee will not agree, let alone the leaders above. Fang Ziyi nodded. I feel a little trembling in my heart. When things have developed to this point, the father and mother don't know what bad ideas they will come up with, and they won't take it out on themselves. She will not go to the countryside. She never went to the countryside in her last life. Bastard thing. Fang Ziwen slapped the table, and this time he was also furious. This means there is no possibility of change. Go and tell Zhang Xiaoxiao that from now on, our Fang family will not have a daughter like her from now on, she will be completely cut off from us, and we will never have anything to do with each other. Fang Ziwen is on fire. As cotters, do they still lack people who can flatter themselves? Zhang Xiaoxiao is just short-sighted. I don't know how important a person's origin is. Didn't she want to live or die and not be the daughter of their Fang family? Then I will go to the countryside from now on and die there. Yehua was furious. Yes, she will no longer be a member of our Fang family from now on, get out of here as far as you can, and the couple from the Zhang family are not good people either. I said they are so dead. He guarded Zhang Xiaoxiao fiercely and refused to let us take him back. What kind of good intentions were there? It turned out that he was planning for their son. He was really unpredictable. The problem is that they were allowed to take the lead. This is intolerable. Fang Xiaowai nodded and pinched the corners of her clothes. Then shall I go back to my parents? Why? Could it be that they have already taken advantage of me and asked my daughter to go to the countryside instead of their son, and they want to take my other daughter back to be filial to them? It's a good idea. Ye Hua said coldly. Besides, Zhang Xiaoxiao has no chance here now. Of course she has to place her hopes on Fang Xiaowai, otherwise what will happen to her son? You can't really let your son go to the countryside? Fang Xiaowai shuddered. Her mother has a bad tone. A malicious tone. Mom, I'll go back and tell them XINER first, and then come back. Fang Xiaowai hurriedly evacuated. It was no longer a question of whether she wanted things to develop to this point. She urgently needed to think of something. She couldn't go to the countryside. What good could she do as a girl going to the countryside? Ye Hua nodded. Fang Xiaowai left in a hurry. Ye Hua looked at his man. What should we do now? Zhang Xiaoxiao will definitely not be able to survive here. But we can't let our son go to the countryside. She had raised her son, who was delicate and rich, for so many years. She couldn't bear to let him go to the countryside and suffer the consequences. She couldn't bear to let him go. In this case, let Xiaowai go. After all, two people of the right age in the family have no jobs. It is justifiable for Xiaowai to go and replace her brother. Anyway, even if Xiaowai returns to their home, he will definitely replace her. My own brother is going to the countryside? If this is the case, our Xiaoxiao will go to the countryside instead of his brother, and she will go to the countryside instead of our Piashong. Fang Ziwen, like his wife, paid far less attention to his daughter than to his son. Even though I have raised her for so many years, I don't have that kind of close relationship that I can't bear to part with. Deep down in my heart, my son is still the most important, not only to carry on the family lineage but also to honor it. He himself is doing well in the factory and has already reached the position of director. If his son comes to the factory, he will find a way to arrange a position. Maybe he can take over his position as workshop director in 2 years. If possible, it is uncertain whether the younger generation will become factory directors in the future. He is also quite satisfied. Please collect, comment, and recommend. End of this chapter.